Wood fences, wood decks. They need protection from the elements. See what you can do to keep them looking good and lasting longer.
Home values. We've all heard the horror stories, but now there's a way to get some peace of mind for when you are ready to sell.
Is all the chair traffic around your home office wreaking havoc on your floors and carpets? We do a home office makeover that is both functional and attractive. We're Designing Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. I'm Debbie Marie.
Yes, she is, and I'm David Jones, and as you can see, we are protected. Homeowners are very aware that there are basic maintenance and actions that need to be done to protect their homes.
Right, so this is our little subtle reminder.
Subtle?
Subtle.
Okay.
Okay. On the show today, and we're going to look at measures how you can protect your home in a number of ways.
So stick around and see it all right here, protected on Designing Spaces.
Just subtle.
Okay, for what's coming up next, I won't need this because we're going out into the backyard to actually enjoy the deck.
Well, that's a nice picture, but some folks should take a closer look at their decks. It may be time to treat the wood and restore it to its former glory. In other words, it needs protection. Yes, from the elements.
Designing Spaces is always ready to take on a DIY project, so let's learn a little more and an effective way to restore and beautify your wooden deck. Take a look.
Whether you're installing a new deck or building your kids the playset of their dreams, natural wood has a beauty that you'll enjoy for years to come. But just remember, natural wood is vulnerable to the elements. Uncoated wood will fade with time and may lose some of its resilience. This 5-year-old playground is a good example of what can happen when wood is not coated properly. But all is not lost. I'm here with Dad, Kevin, who's optimistic about saving his playset from further decline. Kevin, thanks for coming on and sharing your dilemma with Designing Spaces.
It's my pleasure.
So, Kevin, I understand you have another project you'd like to tackle as well.
Yes, we're standing on it. I just finished putting in this new deck, and I want to make sure it doesn't suffer the same consequences as the playset.
Well, don't worry, we're here to help. I'd like you to meet Tim Woolery from Gemini Coatings.
Hi, Kevin. How you doing?
Good.
And Tim, I'm sure you have the solution to both of Kevin's problems.
I do. We have a product called Storm Shield. Storm Shield will repel the water from the deck. It will also protect the deck from the ultraviolet light, preventing the deck from turning gray, premature discoloration, and also will protect the deck from mold and mildew.
Now, along with his deck, he'd also like to save his playset. But if you take a look over there at the playset, it's already starting to discolor.
The coating on the playset has failed. Storm Shield works great on old wood and new wood. It'll restore that playset to its natural looking color. Storm Shield works great on play equipment, on log homes, on siding, on docks, on fences. Anywhere you need wood restored, Storm Shield is going to work great on that.
You had mentioned that it's a waterborne protectant, but how is it different from other wood sealers?
Most of the sealers on the market today are a solvent-based system, and the solvents are harmful to our environment. And then also the cleanup is a problem with the solvents because how do you dispose of them? Storm Shield is 100% waterborne. It's 100% acrylic, penetrates deeply in the wood, doesn't form a film on the surface, so you get really long-lasting protection. It's easy to clean up with soap and water, and it's also eco-friendly. So it makes it very easy for Kevin to use.
How easy?
Storm Shield is perfect for the do-it-yourselfer. In most cases, we can get a project done in a single day.
Wow. Now, what kind of prep work is involved?
Prep work is key to making the projects look great. We've already cleaned the deck, so it's ready to put the Storm Shield on it. The playset's going to require a little bit more work. We're going to put a product on there called Safe Strip. Safe Strip's a biodegradable stripper. We'll put that on there, let that sit for 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll power wash that off. And we'll restore that to looking like brand new, and then we'll just coat them both today.
So, Tim, can you show us how to do the application?
Absolutely. Kevin, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Well, great. Let me get out of your way, and you guys can get started.
Okay. There are 4 colors of Storm Shield. We're going to be using the cedar tone today. So we got a brush, we got a pump-up sprayer. I'm going to spray this on with the pump-up sprayer. Then you're just going to smooth it out and make it all nice and pretty, all right?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
fantastic. It seems like Kevin is already enjoying his new deck, and his kids are up to their usual tricks on the playset. Take a look at the difference in that finish. The playset looks brand new. Tim, the deck and the playset came out beautiful.
Thank you.
So how long do you think that'll last?
They're going to get many years of use out of the playset and the deck, and with proper care and maintenance, it'll last them a lifetime.
Now, how do we know when it's time to recoat?
When the coating starts getting a little bit lighter, you can just recoat those areas where it gets lighter. You just have to feather in those edges. You don't have to recoat the whole deck or the whole playset. On the high traffic areas of the deck, you may have to redo those a little bit more often, but you just feather it in. You don't have to recoat the whole deck.
That's great. And if our viewers want more information?
They can get a hold of us at storm-shield.com.
Great. Thanks again for helping out, Kevin, and for showing our viewers how easy it is to maintain the beauty of exterior wood.
My pleasure.
If you'd like to view today's segment again, you can always log on to our website, designingspaces.tv, where we'll provide a link to Gemini Coating and Storm Shield. For Designing Spaces, I'm Andy Tillis.
Now you can have peace of mind in those times of volatile real estate values.
Find out about a new kind of insurance called home value insurance, and it could just be right for you.
There are so many things that you can do to protect your home and belongings physically. But what about market value?
You know what, Debbie? I don't think there's any getup we could possibly get into to represent that. Maybe watch out for falling market values and house prices. In today's housing market, wow.
Yes, you might be surprised, and it's called home value insurance. And if you own a home, you're going to want to see this. Watch.
Most likely, your home is your largest asset. And because it is such a large part of your life, you have insurance against damage, the contents inside, all of your possessions. But what about changes in its value? Believe it or not, there is an insurance for shifts in market value. It's called Home Value Protection Insurance. And Designing Spaces is here to give you the full story. We're here to meet Nicole to discuss how the right insurance policy can give us the peace of mind that we all dream about.
Hi, I'm Nicole Machaney, and I just bought this house. I got a great deal on it. It was a good deal for me, but not so good for the previous owner. He really took a hit on it. And I was wondering, is there any way to prevent that from happening to me in the future?
Meet Terry Felix with Home Value Insurance Company, an innovator in the new field of home value protection.
For most homeowners, their home is their largest investment, and they can't afford to lose money when they sell their home. That's why we developed Home Value Protection Insurance.
With the Home Value Protection Policy, a homeowner is insured for loss of value caused by the real estate market. The homeowner will receive an insurance payout to cover that loss at the time they sell their home.
Who exactly would this apply to, and why would they want it?
Home value protection would apply to really anyone that has expects to move in the next 2 to 10 years, I would say.
This type of insurance can be beneficial for homeowners who have equity in their home they want to protect, and who may be in a position where they want to move or need to move, even though the real estate market is down.
So if you take our homeowner we've been talking to here, she's someone who has put a large down payment into their home and wants to make sure that when she sells, that down payment is there as well as all the equity that she's created paying down her mortgage.
Retirees and older boomers are especially vulnerable to housing market downturns, as they often don't have the benefit of time to make up for loss of equity.
So it sounds like every homeowner would need this or would want this. Is there anybody it wouldn't apply to?
There's two groups of people I would say it doesn't apply to. The first one is people that are planning to sell in the next year or so. They're unlikely to benefit from the insurance. The other group of people would be those who've never planned to move. I would caution those people, though, that oftentimes moves are unplanned. About 50% of moves today are unplanned.
Terry's telling me about the program, and everything she said sounds really great, but the one thing that's still on my mind, just like it is with everyone, is it sounds great, but how much is this going to cost me?
For most people to insure their largest investment, their home, costs about $1 a day. So for a home that's, let's say, $150,000, it's only going to cost them about $20 a month in order to insure that asset.
The cost of a policy will vary based on the insured value of the home and the home's location.
So I was talking to my brother the other day, and he's a worrier just like me, always worrying about everything. And he was asking me about the program. He said it sounded great, but we were wondering would it work for him because he already owns his home.
If you're an existing homeowner and you think about someone that's lived in their home for maybe 15 years, they have a lot of equity in that home they want to protect. And if anything, they need this insurance more to make sure that they are protected for downturns in the housing market.
And it looks like Nicole had all of her worrisome questions answered.
What a great product. Is there a website we can find out more about this?
Absolutely. So if you go to homevalueprotection.com, you can get information about the insurance. You can also get a quote, so your viewers can easily go on the site within a couple of minutes, find out how affordable this insurance is to protect their home.
That is so awesome, Terry. Thank you so much. Now, if you want to see this segment again, go to designingspaces.tv or check out our Facebook page. For Designing Spaces, it's Eric Bell signing off. I'll see you guys later.
Get organized and bring some style into the room.
It's a home office makeover coming up here on Designing Spaces. So you've taken the extra room and set up a home office. And as your business has grown, so has your workspace.
That's right, but it can be a little more than haphazard with files stacking up and wear and tear on the floor from that office chair.
Time for a home office makeover. Take a look. With the emergence of the internet, the digital age, and businesses having to run lean and streamlined, the home office is becoming an important space in many households. Meet Karen. She works for a corporation from her home office as a remote operation. Designing Spaces called in Patrick Foley from Deflecto to lend Karen a hand in renovating her home office to make it a work-friendly space.
So Karen, they sent me some pictures of your office, and so I brought some stuff along from Deflecto to help decorate and to make your office a little bit more functional as well.
Oh, great. I know it's a mess right now. The chair's not helping. It's kind of blah.
Okay, we'll help organize it a little bit, and we'll decorate it. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the Millionaire Wall decorative wall panels. They come in 6 different finishes. It's a do-it-yourself project that all we have to do is put them up on the wall, and they stick with an adhesive. And you can pick out which color you like, and we'll go ahead and get started. I see that you have a brand new floor and a chair with wheels on it. I'm really afraid that you're going to end up marking up the floor.
I know.
So what we've come out with is some more decorative looks, so that go with both corporate and home office.
Oh, wow.
But here's some designs that you can choose from, and it's a regular vinyl chair mat, but with printed patterns on it, so they look like area rugs.
I love that. I really like this one. It's amazing what just a few small changes can do to liven up a space. I can't wait for my husband and kids to come home and see everything.
Yeah, that's going to be great. And I have picture frames so you can have pictures of your family on your desk. We also sell sign and literature holders, and so that you can promote your business. We have indoor and outdoor sign and literature holders. And we support that online with Sign Creator, that you can go on and grab a template, create your own sign, put your own graphics, own pictures in it, and you're ready to go. It's like you have your own graphics department right here in your office.
Wow. You're giving me lots of ideas.
That's great. I'm glad it worked out.
For more information, go to designingspaces.tv, where you can see this portion of the show again and find a link to deflecto.com. A fire-fighting foam that's easy to use and clean up, safe to breathe, touch, or swallow. See how you can protect your family and home.
It's all coming up next here on Designing Spaces. The thought of fire strikes fear into any homeowner's heart, and every home should have an emergency plan in place along with the right tools to ensure safety.
Designing Spaces has discovered one concerned individual that wants every household to be able to strike back at fire. Take a look. Sean Henry still has nightmares.
I was in an experience going up the highway where a family actually burned to death in front of me, and all we had was a dry chem fire extinguisher to try and put the fire out, and we couldn't. And we watched the family burn to death. It's a horrible sound, the odors, everything. It's very bad.
Sean has been an inventor since he was a child, curious about how everything around him worked.
Creating things has been part of my life since as long as I can remember. So I've always been inventing. It's just something I can't stop. It drives my wife crazy.
In the mid-90s, after witnessing that horrific car fire, he applied his inventor's mind to developing the Nitro Strike nitrogen foam system.
Through that experience, I was trying to figure out how could we take the technology that's in the larger trucks today and put it in a small compact unit that can actually go on the back of a car, go in an RV, or in your shop or home. I knew that people are always going to get in accidents. You know, we're trying to invent new ways to make our cars more safe and so forth, and our lives more safe, but fire is inevitable. It's going to happen eventually.
His first products were introduced in 2009, and since then, consumers, businesses, and even the military have used the technology successfully.
Nitro Strike, what it has done is you've had the dry chem, the little ABC fire extinguishers, and the fire trucks. Now, we're not trying to replace one or the other, but we are really the first product to come along to the public and to the local industry that actually fills the gap between the common everyday fire extinguisher and the fire truck.
Today, we're looking at solid proof of the effectiveness of Nitro Strike at Sean's testing facility in Williamston, South Carolina.
When the system is fired, people are amazed of how quickly it works. When we hit that fire, we hit it so quickly and remove the oxygen and the heat so fast that when people see it for the first time, it's absolutely amazing because their eyes are just like, wow, you know, I can't believe that fire went out so fast.
The Nitro Strike firefighting mini foamer can cool burning material from 1200 degrees Fahrenheit to a touchable 127 degrees in just 1 second. And fast is the key. If a fire is extinguished within 2 minutes, 93% of the time there is no fire-related injury, and 95% of the time there is no fire-related property damage.
We're going to have a 4x4 pan here. We got about 5 gallons of diesel, 5 gallons of gasoline.
We've done a lot of fire demonstrations, and people have seen the videos, they see the pictures, and they think, oh, that's neat. But when they actually come to the demonstration, they see a live fire, and they feel the heat.
I'm not under any distress. All I'm doing is hitting one corner, and I'm letting the foam do the work. As the foam lays on there, it just covers it with a blanket, and the fire is out.
With the old ABC fire extinguishers, they recommend you get within 3 to 5 feet of the fire. And just even the demonstration we saw today, I couldn't even get up to the fire to get close enough to fight it with the dry chem. And with the Nitro Strike system, you can fight the fire from 10 feet away. So even if you were wearing regular street clothes, you know, that'd be very important that you could actually be effective to get the fire out, but you don't have to put your own self in harm's way.
When the fire is out, cleanup can be expensive and time-consuming if you use a dry chemical extinguisher. Plus, many products contain toxic chemicals. Nitro Strike is environmentally friendly, and it doesn't leave a messy residue. It's biodegradable, recyclable, and poses no health hazards to your family and pets.
We don't use any engines, motors, electricity to use this product. It's all done by compressed nitrogen.
Education is key. So Nitro Strike really wants to get involved with the community, and we want to teach people and educate people how to be fire safe.
For Sean, knowing that his product might save a life someday is the best part of his job.
You know, we all go through experiences in life, and we wish we could go back from what we've learned. If I could go back in time right now, I'd want to go back to that scene where I actually saw that family, because I know if I would have had the NS2, that family would be here today. Really what matters is when I hear that first life that was saved as a result of Nitro Strike, that makes it all worth it. Really, saving people's lives is really what it's all about.
You think we could take this off now? Glad we don't need to wear all this protective gear anymore.
You pull it off, though. I don't know how she does it. We really covered some ground today, and just in the nick of time, because we are out of time. I'm David Jones, and we'll see you next time.
I'm Debbie Marie. Bye-bye. Yeah, really, I mean, we made the point. Come on, come on. For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. Follow us on Twitter or friend us on Facebook. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.